Good afternoon. NATO leaders will meet here in Brussels next week at a pivotal moment for our alliance and for our collective security. We are in an age of global competition, and we must respond to many threats and challenges at the same time. Russia and China pushing back against the rules-based international order. The continuing threat of terrorism, sophisticated cyber attacks, disruptive technologies, and climate change. No country and no continent can deal with all these challenges alone. But Europe and North America are not alone. We stand together in NATO. And it's good to know that according to our new polling, over 80% of NATO citizens consider the transatlantic relationship important to our security and defense. At our summit, we will open a new chapter by agreeing the NATO 2030 initiative, an ambitious agenda for security and defense. We will agree to more political consultations. We will reinforce our collective defense with a strengthened military posture, increased readiness, and a recommitment to the Defence Investment Pledge. We will strengthen our resilience for our critical infrastructure, supply chains, and communications. We will sharpen our technological edge. I expect allies will agree to establish a Defence Innovation Accelerator, a Centre for Technology, to promote technological cooperation between allies and work with startups, industries, and universities. I also expect agreement to establish a NATO Innovation Fund, where allies can support defence and security-related startups. We will step up in safeguarding the international rules-based order. We will deepen our cooperation with like-minded countries and organizations, including our strategic partner, the European Union. And we will forge new engagements around the world. I expect we will also agree to boost NATO's ability to train the militaries of our partners and build their capacity. At the summit, we will also address the security impact of climate change, for the first time making this an important task for NATO. My ambition is a clear commitment from allies to significantly reduce military emissions, and for NATO to contribute to the goal of net zero. We will also agree to develop NATO's next strategic concept, to reaffirm our values and reflect the significant changes in our security environment over the past decade. All of this work will require continued investment in defense. As you can see in the new figures released today, we are on the right track, with 7 consecutive years of increased defense spending across European allies and Canada. By the end of this year, they will have added $260 billion to their defense budgets since 2014. But we need to invest even more and better. Therefore, we should invest together and meet our high level of ambition. At the summit, we will also take decisions related to our 2 newest operational domains, cyber and space. I expect allies will agree a new cyber defense policy for NATO. It will recognize that cyberspace is contested at all times and ensure that we have strong technical capabilities, political consultations, and military planning in place to keep our systems secure. Space is also essential to NATO, including our ability to gather intelligence, to navigate, and to detect missile launches. This is why we will send a clear message at the summit that NATO is determined to defend itself in space as effectively as we do in every other domain: land, sea, air, and cyber. Leaders will also endorse NATO's new policy on conflict-related sexual violence, ensuring we do everything we can to prevent and respond to these heinous crimes. Allies will also address a range of other issues, including the security implications of the rise of China, Russia's aggressive behavior, and our dual-track approach of strong deterrence and defense and dialogue, as well as NATO's continued support for our valued partners, Ukraine and Georgia. We will also address Afghanistan. Our military presence is ending, but our support for the Afghan forces and people will continue. At our summit on Monday, we'll have far-ranging discussions and take substantial decisions to make our strong alliance even stronger and keep our 1 billion people safe.